everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from the realms of Warcry. We are painting today the Ydrilan Riverblades. Here's the new Lumineth Realm-Lords unit that was sent to me early by Games Workshop as part of Pyre Flood. It's never not funny. So a massive thank you goes out to them because these are beautiful. They're beautiful little models and I absolutely adore them. And we're going to be painting them up today. So they've been primed in Wraithbone, and as you can see here we have a crest dancer in the form of the Pyre Flood Seneschal, and we have a stream runner in the form of this guy, the sort of more junior version. And well, they've been primed in Wraithbone. I'm not sure if I've already said that. And the colour we're going to be using first is Kroxigor Scales. And we're going to be applying this over the top of their shirts, but also the kind of hanging armoury bits. So this one has some hanging armoury bits. It's this bit here. So we're going to be applying the Kroxigor Scales over the top, just like this. Now you can avoid the trim because that's going to be white, but it doesn't matter too much if you do get some of this over the top of that, because as mentioned we are just going to be making it white. So because there's not any kind of recessing or anything like that, we don't have to worry too much about the kind of, you know, shading it down or actually adding a white kind of contrast paint to it. We can just, as I say, just go over the top like this and everything is absolutely fine. And we don't need to do the inside either, because the inside is going to be white. The only thing to watch out for is sometimes it's a little sneaky. There will just be a little corner like that around the edge. But we do of course also have the shirt. I'm going to be doing this across both sets of miniatures, so the crest dancers and the stream runners. This isn't just unique to the apprentices. And with that Kroxigor Scales applied, we're then going to take a roughly 1-to-1 mix of Frostheart and Lahmian Medium. I'm going to apply this over the top of the trousers. Just like that. However, once we've got the trousers done, what we're also going to do with the Frostheart is we're going to apply this over the top of any of their helmet crests. So with that all done, what we're then going to do is we're going to take some Cygor Brown and we're going to apply this over the top of all of the leather. So this is going to include the boots, the gloves, straps, corsets. There's actually quite a lot of leather on these guys. So with that all done, we're then going to take some Gore-Grunta Fur, and we're going to apply this over the top of any wood. So in this person's case, it's just going to be the haft of the glaive. And in fact, the handles of the knives on the back. So with that Gore-Grunta Fur applied, we're then going to take some Skeleton Horde, and then we're going to apply this over the top of the hair. Now you could do multiple different colours here. You could use Black Legion or Cygor Brown, in fact. Black Templar, Gryph-Hound Orange, Gore-Grunta Fur. You could do whatever you like, but I'm just going to do Skeleton Horde over these two for now, just for the sake of speed. And with that then done, we're going to take some Guilliman Flesh, and we're going to apply this over the top of any exposed skin. So with that Guilliman Flesh all applied, we're then going to take some Talassar Blue, and we're going to apply this over the top of any tassels. So with that all done, it's now time to work on the metallics. So, first one we're going to use is some thinned down Iron Hands Steel, and we're going to apply this over the top of all of the weapons. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Liberator Gold, and we're going to apply this over the top of all of the trim across all of the armour. So with all that Liberator Gold applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour, and we're going to apply this over top of all of the remaining details, but we're not applying this over the top of the armour panels. Those are going to be a different colour, of course. So with that now done, it's time to add some shades. And the first of these is going to be some Agrax Earthshade. And we're going to apply this over the top of the Liberator Gold and the what is the Wraithbone currently armor panels. So with all that Agrax Earthshade applied, we then take some Gryph-Charger Grey and we use this to shade the blades. With all that Gryph-Charger Grey applied, we're then going to finally take some Guilliman Flesh. I'm going to use this to shade our Retributor Armour bits. So with that all done, these guys are very, very close to being a Warhipster battle ready. However, there is one last thing left to do, and this is kind of a next step, but also not. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Corax White, and we're going to use this to now do two things. One, we're going to use this over the top of the inside, these kind of hanging trails, but also to pick out all that trim that we talked about way back at the beginning. Just like that sort of thing. But what we're also going to do with the Corax White is we're going to use this to relayer all the armour, just avoiding all that lovely engraved detail. Just like this sort of thing. So with that Corax White applied, as you can see, they are now at what I would call a full Warhipster battle already, and they're looking pretty good. However, we're going to add some highlights just to take them to the next level. And the first one we're going to add is going to be some thinned down Baharroth Blue. And we're going to use this to highlight the shirts that we originally did with Kroxigor Scales. With that Baharroth Blue all applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Blue Horror. I'm going to use this to effectively relayer the trousers. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Gorthor Brown. And we're going to use this to highlight our brown. Well, our Cygor Brown specifically. With that Gorthor Brown applied, we're then going to take a tiny amount of Black Legion. And we're going to apply this over the top of the eyeballs. With that Black Legion all applied with them, I'm going to take a teeny tiny little dot of Screaming Skull. I want to apply this in the corners of those eyes, as well as pick out any teeth. So with that all done, it's now time to highlight those metallics. And the first colour we're going to be using is some thinned down Ironbreaker. And we're going to be using this to highlight all of our silver. With all that Ironbreaker applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Liberator Gold. And we're going to use this to highlight all of our Retributor Armour areas. Just like this sort of thing. So with that now done, we're going to take a roughly 2 parts Stormhost Silver to 1 part Retributor Armour mix. I'm going to use this to highlight all of our trim. Finally, just to finish things off, we're going to take some Magos Purple. And we're going to use this over the top of any gems. Like that one on the brow. These ones on the shoulders. And on the back. And with the bases complete in the same style as the rest of the Lumineth we've done on the channel, our Ydrilan Riverblades are now finished. They're a beautiful unit. They're so dynamic and they just look absolutely wonderful. They really truly are the fire. No, the flood. In the Pyre Flood. Good lord. Can't believe I messed that up. Oh well, I'm just going to leave it in. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member.
by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.